Gentle Paddle on the Lake, A Mindful Yoga Nidra Journey by Kailey Smeltz. I'm about to guide you in a Yoga Nidra meditation. You will be led into a state of deep relaxation. You will have a chance to identify your heartfelt desire. You will be led through a beautiful journey. Throughout your Yoga Nidra practice, you will remain awake and aware. If you fall asleep, that's okay, but try to keep yourself awake to fully enjoy the practice. You can even prop up your hand so that if you fall asleep, your hand falling will wake you up. Begin by building a nest by finding a comfortable position, maybe reclining onto your back, supporting the knees with a bolster, maybe placing a blanket under the head and under the low back. I encourage you to cover yourself with a blanket as you may get cold as you get settled in during your Yoga Nidra experience. You can also sit upright, leaning onto the wall, or maybe making a reclined chair using a bolster and 2 blocks. As you continue to settle in, maybe connect with your breath here. See if there are any adjustments that you can make to be just 10% more comfortable. Feel free to make any slow and quiet adjustments throughout your practice. Begin to notice the sensation of your body as it rests on the ground. Notice the weight of your body pressing down. On your next inhale, allow your body to be lighter. And on your next exhale, allow your body to soften and release into the earth. Make a commitment now throughout your practice to remain awake and aware. I will offer reminders throughout as well. There's no way to do this wrong. You're here, you're listening, you're already practicing. There's nothing more to do. Nowhere else to be. You may notice your outside thoughts entering in. Allow them to come and allow them to go as you stay focused on my voice. On your next inhale, start to notice the rise of your belly and then exhale all the way, hugging your belly button into spine. Inhale in, deep down, low lungs, belly expands. And exhale all the way, belly button to spine. Inhale in, deep down, low lungs, belly expanding. And exhale all the way, belly button to spine. On your next inhale, maybe pausing to notice the sensation of fullness. And then exhale all the way, and maybe pausing here to notice the sensation of emptiness. Continuing at your own pace. And slowly release control over your breath, allowing your breath to return back to your natural rhythm. You are awake and aware, practicing Yoga Nidra. Begin to notice the sensation at the top of your head, bringing awareness down the back of the head, around to your right ear, left ear, right eye, left eye, sensing into the cheeks, mouth, teeth, and tongue, sensing your whole head, noticing the sensation of air at the back of your throat as you naturally breathe in and out. Allow your awareness to continue down your neck and then into your right shoulder, right elbow, right wrist, sensing down the fingers of your right hand, your whole right arm, back up into the left shoulder, left elbow, left wrist, sensing down into the fingers of your left hand, your whole left arm, back up into the collarbones, lungs, chest, belly, feeling your whole torso. You are awake and aware, practicing Yoga Nidra. Now sensing into your right hip, right thigh, right knee, down into the calf, the shins, ankle, top of the foot, bottom of the foot, into the toes, your whole right leg, back up into the left hip, left thigh, left knee, down into the calf, shins, ankle, top of the foot, bottom of the foot, into the toes, your whole left leg. In this state of relaxation, you have access now to more inner workings of your mind. Perhaps reach into your mind, into your heart, and find a Sankalpa here, a heartfelt desire, a guiding light like a north star. This could be a phrase that you feel is a guiding principle for you. This can be for your practice right now, for today, or maybe even your whole life. If you look and don't find one today, that's okay. Instead, you can borrow any of these here. I am strong and capable. I am strong and capable. I am at peace and feel contented with my life. I am at peace and feel contented with my life. I am imperfectly perfect, just as I am. I am imperfectly perfect, just as I am. Whichever Sankalpa you chose, repeat it now to yourself 3 times. You are awake and aware, practicing Yoga Nidra. Release any further tension in your body and allow yourself to receive. You will hear beautiful imagery, a few key parts of our upcoming journey, connecting with yourself through nature, connecting with yourself through nature, a glistening lake, a glistening lake, a yellow kayak, a yellow kayak, a graceful hawk, a graceful hawk. You begin your journey by walking along a nature trail. Your backpack straps comfortably rest on your shoulders, not too heavy, but with enough weight to reassure you that you have everything that you need. You breathe in deeply, enjoying the freshness of the air. You hear the crunch, crunch of the leaves and sticks under your hiking shoes. You're finally here. You've been craving this time in nature and have been looking forward to coming out here to get away. Nature seems to always be here, a sense of permanence, much like your own inner peace that you can uncover when you practice yoga or meditation. You are awake and aware, practicing Yoga Nidra. Along the trail, you look around you, soaking in all the green and brown colors of the trees, enjoying the sounds of birds singing, noticing the warm air and the cool breeze as you walk. You have a sense of strength in your legs. You continue forward along the path, taking in the sights of the leaves and the tall tree trunks along the way. You're eager to make it to your next part, but you remember to slow down and really enjoy the walk there too. As you look around along the trail, you begin to notice more wildlife. A squirrel climbs up a tree, and as your gaze goes upward, you see a beautiful brown and white hawk proudly perched on the tree branch. The hawk is high above, looking all around, paying attention to everything. You think about how the hawk is fully present here, in this moment. You are awake and aware, practicing Yoga Nidra. At the end of the trail, you eventually come to a clearing, an open area with green grass that perfectly encompasses a large blue lake. The water is glistening in sunlight. You stop to admire the beauty of it. You see a bird swoop down from the sky and pick up a fish out of the water. Witnessing the circle of life, you grieve for the lost life of the fish, but you know that it is for the bird to continue living also. You look over to see your yellow kayak tethered to the dock. You're so grateful to have this beautiful lake to come to, enjoying this time in nature whenever you can break away from your busy schedule. You lower your backpack into the kayak and gradually slide yourself into the kayak, noticing the gentle rocking as you settle into your seat. You unfasten the rope, tethering it to the dock. You grab your paddle and use it to push away from the dock. You are amazed at the ease with which the vessel glides along the top of the water. The lake is mostly still, with small ripples where the breeze breaks up the surface. You look back behind you as you leave the dock. Your kayak is leaving a trail of little lines in the water as it floats effortlessly. You look forward, ready for your journey. You begin to paddle around the lake, taking in the sights. The sun kisses your skin, and you can smell your sunscreen as you smile, knowing you thought ahead this time to protect your skin. You are awake and aware, practicing Yoga Nidra. Continuing your paddling along the shoreline, You catch the sight of 7 turtles sunbathing on a single log. As you look at the turtles, you wonder how they got up on that log in the first place. You continue your paddle and catch a glimpse of glistening scales of a fish in the water. You admire the ease with which they swim. You notice a family of ducks wading through the water, quacking beautifully as you paddle gently next to them. You imagine that you can hear what they're talking about, and you giggle to yourself at this notion. You are awake and aware, practicing Yoga Nidra. You paddle the entire length of the lake. Stopping at the end here, you unpack your bag with your lunch. As you nourish your body, you notice just how delicious your food is. You drink from your water bottle and audibly sigh as you feel your full belly. You float along the lake without paddling for a bit, looking around you. You lay back against your seat and look up into the clear blue sky. You begin to feel as if you're floating away up into the clouds, enveloped in the water molecules of the cloud, looking around in awe of the view. A bird flies by, completely unbothered by your presence in the sky. You watch the bird as it flies with grace and ease. You recognize now that it's the hawk from the tree along your trail. You're captivated by its beauty as it flies next to you in the sky. You feel so connected to the hawk that you feel as though you have become the hawk. Strong and powerful, you flap your large wings and feel the feathers flickering in the breeze as you fly. You see now with the eyes of a hawk, marveling at your sharp vision and ability to see small animals running in the grass all the way down on the ground. You feel calm and capable, strong yet soft. You know that you are beautiful and respected. You continue to fly, keeping outstretched wings as you glide along the surface of the air. You are awake and aware, practicing Yoga Nidra. Take a moment here to remember your Sankalpa, your heartfelt desire. Or you can recite one of the ones that I gave you earlier. I am strong and capable. I am at peace and feel contented with my life. I am imperfectly perfect, just as I am. You look around and realize you're still in your kayak on the lake. You must have dozed off while enjoying the beautiful sights and sounds of nature. You pick up your paddle and begin your journey back to the dock. Your arms begin to tire as you are approaching the dock again. You sigh with relief as you rest briefly before beginning to wrap the rope around the poles of the dock. Your kayak, safely secured, holds your weight as you lift yourself onto the dock. You reach down and grab your bag, lifting it with some fatigue as your arms now feel imprinted with your paddling efforts. It's a good feeling of soreness and accomplishment. Before you begin your walk back down the nature trail, you turn around to soak in the beauty of the lake one last time. You then face the trail and begin your journey back. You enjoy the crunch, crunch again as you walk back. This time, your heart is filled with gratitude for taking time for yourself, for your self-care, your time to connect with nature. And slowly begin to deepen your breath, bringing awareness back to the space around you. And keeping your eyes closed, you may begin to invite little movements into your fingers and your toes. And then increasing the movements to your wrists and your elbows. And on your next inhale, maybe stretching out in a way that feels comfortable. And on your next exhale, rolling over to your right side. Pausing briefly here before bringing yourself back up to seated. Thank you for listening to this Yoga Nidra meditation, originally written and recorded by Kailey Smeltz. For more information about my other offerings, follow me on Facebook or Instagram at Yoga with Kailey Smeltz, or visit my website, yogawithkayleysmeltz.wordpress.com. My name is spelled KAILEYSMELTZ. Thank you again for listening.